Okay, day 16 of the fast, 9:08 p.m. 2024. Today was kind of a, I wouldn't say rough day, but probably an unproductive day. I ended up doing no, I guess it's not an unproductive day, like, because I actually did end up drawing quite a bit, but I was trying to practice cubes in perspective. Did that for the night before and this morning. Did some recall to make sure that I actually understood it, and I do. And now I've run into the problem where I don't know where to go from here. I know what mini goal I have when it comes down to it, and that's that I want to draw like people, like human faces, human bodies, stuff like that. Partly because I want to make stories with people in them, of course, but also, yeah. I was like, at some point I want to be able to draw animals too. So what I want to do, like for what I want to do, I'm going to need all of those skills for sure. And credit where credit is due, at least I actually did it. Did it for a while, didn't do it as much as I wanted to because I fell asleep pretty much all day. Decided to take a nap, and it ended up being way longer than I actually wanted it to be. But overall, it's been pretty good. I do need to work, like, I did forget to write in my journal yesterday, even though I did the video. So, yeah. But most part, that's nothing really to report. Decided not to exercise today because I'm wondering if to start off I should keep 2 days till I get it down. I missed a step in my hygiene routine today, but I can still do that before the night's end. I don't really have much to say today. It's not really much happened today. I guess if I were to say anything to myself, it's not to be discouraged by not knowing where to go right now. Just kind of choose a focus and then take action on it. And in this case, like, after I take some time to learn cylinders, I'll be moving on to the human head next. And learn how to draw that. Make sure I keep drawing it until I feel like I got a general understanding of it. Not until I'm good at it, but like understand at least how it works, both like mind and body. I mean, for like the muscle memory portion of it and the, yeah, you know what I mean. I hope. But just, it's important not to quit, especially when you're ahead. I actually looked through my sketchbook earlier today before I started drawing, and the only question is like, why did I stop? Because I was actually getting good, but I stopped while I was ahead. And I'm starting to remember this is why. It's because when I would find a place where I didn't know where to go, I would get scared and kind of run away. This time it's not going to be that case. I'm going to keep going regardless, because I have something that I want to do with it. And that's purpose. It's no longer a passion, but a purpose. It would be a damn shame if I didn't. But yeah, overall, I haven't skipped a day since I started. I may have forgotten just a couple things, but pretty minor, as long as I continue doing them, as long as I get back on them. That's the most important part. When you miss a day or a step, it's important to get back on it. And I would like to touch a little bit on burnout too, because I was one of those people who would justify my lack of action to burnout. And I honestly think people take burnout a little too seriously. It's like, burnout is a bad thing, but like, yes, but one thing to consider about burnout is that it's for those people who don't take breaks from what they're doing. Like, they're constantly doing the one thing or the many things that they have to do every day without rest, without taking breaks. But I've been good about taking breaks, so burnout is not an excuse. And I also haven't reached a point where I've been doing that as much. And I really think that if you think you're going through burnout right now, and you can honestly, it's important to be honest with yourself. If you can honestly say that, you're getting burned out, but you can't really justify that you've done much, you should look around you to check that your world itself is in order. Maybe there's a lot of stress or something, makes it harder to do something, in which case you try to figure out what's most important to you, focus on that one thing, and just make sure you at least show up to the task for the days that you allotted. You know, you're messing up my lighting, but give me a minute. Come here, you. Come here. You are being annoying, so you're gonna join me. Come on. So, in regards to burnout, it's important to actually be honest with yourself. Are you burnt out, or are you just scared? And if you're scared, then the only remedy for that is showing up for the task regardless. That's what I've been doing every day. That's what I've been doing every day since I started the fast, at least. And I'll give myself a little bit of credit. I have been doing pretty good compared to the past. I have to make sure that I understand that. And it's like, yeah, I'm not where I want to be, but that's going to take time, and I have to follow the rules of time, just like I said yesterday. It doesn't matter when I get there, only that I get there. Because I am a being of time, so I have to follow the rules of time. But there are ways to, and later maybe I'll find out different ways to make it seem like time goes by just a little bit slower, or get things done in less time. But for now, in the starting period, I shouldn't expect to be overly efficient. It was like I should strive for it. I should always strive for efficiency. But I should not focus too much on being efficient, and more just focus at on the task at hand. I need to make sure that I continue liking what I'm doing, so that I meet as little resistance as possible. Ways I can do that is that, like, if I run into something where I'm having a hard time, make sure I do something comfortable that I'm actually comfortable with, something quick, something that I'm proud of, and then just walk away, come back with fresh eyes when it comes to drawing. For music, maybe it's I don't know if it works the same for music, because I haven't dived that deep into music yet, but I imagine it works the same for music. Like, something doesn't sound right, so you have to come back with fresh ears. because staring at anything too long can kind of distort. Staring at or really doing anything too long can kind of distort what is actually happening in front of you or around you. And yeah, it's like when I was painting houses, like that would happen all the time, where you would be painting, you miss a lot of spots, and because you were staring at the same color for so long, my dad called it snow blindness. So if you need to walk away for a little bit, do so. But before you do, make sure you do something. Do something that still makes you continue to like what you're doing, because it'll just make it to where you meet as little resistance as possible. You can do it regardless. A lot of people do it that way, but since we're not experts quite yet, I think we should make sure that we like it as much as possible, so we can be as efficient as possible. So yeah, just be honest with yourself. It was like, are you really as bad as you think you are? What is the good you have done? And have you been showing up to the task as much as you think you have? Because I used to fool myself into saying that I was doing enough and I'll get with it in time. I'm only so-and-so age. Or I'd fool myself into thinking that I wasn't making any progress. But the thing about progress is that it's not a straight line. It's more like a heart monitor, kind of. There's like, there will be peaks, there will be falls, there will be plateaus, and for everybody it's different. But it's important to show up to the task anyway, and just keep on going, keep moving forward. I hope y'all are taking care of yourselves. May God bless y'all in your endeavors.